What's up, everybody? Thumbs up the video, please. So, if this is your first time here, I'm Queen. This is New World Tarot. Um, if you enjoy the content, please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the post notification bell so you'll know every time I drop content. So I've been getting some people that have been coming to the comment section talking about that last BC video that I did. Good day, Cynthia. Um, I guess I don't remember who asked. I didn't go back and watch it, but somebody was like, "Oh, it's interesting that you said in 2023 that the Anunnaki would be revealed in 2023, Black people or something like that." So I just thought that was interesting. But I didn't know that we had all this stuff going on with the, you know, in the skies and whatnot. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But it's always a pleasure when y'all come back and let me know, that my readings are aligning with what's happening in the world. So I appreciate the updates and stuff. Everybody, thumbs up the video when you come in, please. It will be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for all the compliments and stuff. I'm glad you love it here, Black Ivory. I don't think I ever seen you before. But I do appreciate you all for being here. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. So I definitely want you to know that that is appreciated. All right. So I'm going to get into what is happening with everyone's energy. I just want you guys to know, I know sometimes y'all be trying to figure out like, damn, why Queen, sometimes just take breaks out of the blue and she just, she don't come on for 3 days and stuff like that. Um, I'm not really sure what Aquarius energy in its totality is because it's still slowly but surely ushering itself in. But when I tell y'all, the uploads that I have been getting have been, it's annoying, right? Because I can't really talk to anybody about it because I don't think a lot of people would understand. I would probably have to talk to like a Shaolin monk or something, like somebody who is really on a really, really deep, high level of understanding for me to even understand everything that's been happening with me. But it hasn't necessarily been difficult. It's just been very enlightening and eye opening. And a lot of the stuff I don't fully understand yet. And that's normally how my information is downloaded to me. I'll get a bunch of downloads and I'll be like, okay. And then things will start to make sense later. So I've just been sleeping. I mean, like a newborn baby, just sleeping and sleep. I'm like daytime, nighttime, morning time, midday, and I'm like, why am I so damn tired? So I've been, I can't do nothing but roll with it. So that's what I've been doing. Just if y'all wonder. Anywho, Big Mama, YouTube, yeah, I don't know what is going on with this Aquarius energy, but when I tell y'all spirit been woo in my dreams, girl, listen, we ain't even talk about that because y'all gonna think I'm crazy if I tell you. Y'all gonna be like, she crazy. I ain't even talk about it. I don't even want to discuss it because I don't know. I just been writing it down because I don't know what it means. Anyways, Big Mama, girl, wake up. Okay. Wake my Big Mama up. I don't know if she's asleep. Um, can you come in here and let us know what's the energy? I ain't even really asked the question. Don't be doing that. Can you please let us know what's going on with everybody's energy right now? Be very authentic and honest about what is happening with Weirdo Gang, please. All right, she came inside. I'm just going to leave it like that. I want to put it back in the upright, but I'm going to leave it. Tell me more, Big Mama. What's happening with everybody? I know. Ain't my Big Mama a mess, y'all? She just come up in here like, no, we on camera? Let's get it. I swear I think my Big Mama like going live. Big Mama, what's up? Oh, okay, girl. All right. Well, okay. Well, this is not bad, but let me say this, right? About the dreams. I feel like this is universal. I see a lot of y'all saying that y'all been having some really weird dreams too. I think this is something that's happening over the planet. I think if we were to connect with people in other places, they would probably say that their dreams been kind of weird too. This is a very spiritual card for me. The world card is a card of completion, but for me, it also represents several different things depending on what we're talking about. And right now, this is screaming to me those dreams. Um, like I said, I don't want to discuss what I've been dreaming about, but I feel like out of the world like type of energy, like things that aren't meant to be understood as of yet, things that earthly beings or earthly people wouldn't necessarily understand. I'm getting a lot of out of body experiences, maybe levitations. Make sure you write it down, Cynthia, so we can talk about it, girl. Write it down because I want to talk about it, girl. Girl, listen. But I'm feeling like a lot of out of body levitation, weird, really weird things. I feel like maybe happening to some of you all. Let me say this. One of the things that I know for sure, and this is one of the things on my early on in my journey that spirit sat me down and made me get this through my skull first, is first of all, you can't ask for anyone's permission when it comes to knowledge, wisdom, right? That is about your own personal experiences. And it's to a point where if we don't start understanding that with every bit of light that is given to you, every ounce of wisdom that you receive, every time you get a spiritual upgrade, every time you have a message that is meant to awaken, anytime you are shining a bright light, meaning yourself in a dark place, it comes with drama. And I used to cry because I used to be like, why can't I get along with anybody? Why don't I have any friends? Why can't I find my tribe? Why am I so alone? Why, do none of my relationships work? What is going on? And when I tell you my big mama had to come in and literally hold me, she had to say, listen, baby, this comes with it. It comes with the territory. And this is really what I'm getting from these two cards, the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. I'm getting an energy of people trying to really understand what is this all about. Am I on the right path? Am I doing what spirit wants me to do? Is this the direction you want me to move in? Because I feel like spirit might be having us moving a little strange. You know, isolating ourselves from people who've broken our hearts, isolating ourselves from people who could possibly make us turn into a very cold-hearted person. And some of us have started to turn that way, and we're trying not to, but look at this. Like, this is what you give me, this is what you bring me, this is the people who want to be my friend, this is the way my family treats me. Is this what we're doing? You know? Um this is what I'm gathering from this. Now, the first card that came out is the wheel. Thank you for the super chat, Vera. um the wheel came in sideways, right, which is also another very spiritual card for me. You see the people kind of sitting up in the sky, and just look at both of these side by side. See how you kind of got that same outer worldly energy going in, happening here. But this one came in sideways. So trying to figure things out, trying to find your direction, trying to find your tribe, trying to figure out, spirit, are you telling me to walk away from my family? Are you telling me that these people can't be my friend? Are you telling me that I have to travel alone? Are you telling me that I have to do this journey by myself? What do you mean? Right? But the balance is here with temperance. So spirit is saying that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay? Don't cry, Jackie. But sometimes I still have my bouts where, even though, I do have my sons and stuff in the house, I still, have my moments where it's like, I don't know, that this whole, not being with somebody and not having friends and not going out and isolating myself can get a little bit lonely at times. But when I really sit back and think about everything that's happening in the world and people being toe tagged and, relationships and people wanting to get up and leave and, they toe tagging pregnant women and all this other stuff. I'm just like, listen, I appreciate it. I'm glad that, spirit don't have me dealing with nobody, because I could be out at one of those places where something weird happens, something traumatic, that changes my life for the worst. So I'm not necessarily tripping about it, but I do think sometimes, and I've been isolated for so long, y'all. It's been years and years and years for me, like double digits. So I've gotten used to it. But it still sometimes can take a toll, on your heart. And sometimes it'll make you question your own self. Like, is there something wrong with me? I'm here to tell you that it's not. This journey, this thing, whatever it is that we've been called to do, it requires us to be by ourselves, right? So think about the Jesus character in the Bible. You heard about him when he was a child, and then he turned like 12 years old, and you didn't hear about him at all until he was like 33, 32 years old. You know what I mean? He just popped back up. Well, where was he? Where did he disappear to? Why no one talked about him? Where was he at? I'll tell you where he was. He was off receiving wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's what he was doing. He was exploring the world, going and talking to people who were wise, people who had experienced life, people who had been through things, and he was gaining knowledge to come back and give to his people. That's what he was doing. And it was a very lonely journey for him. That's why as he came back, he was, hey, come follow me. I'll make you a fisher of men. He was gaining his disciples during his journey back. So that's what we have to understand. Sometimes the loneliness aspect of it is good for us, because look what happened when he decided to let people in, right? So we had a Four of Wands, okay? We have the Five of Cups. We have the Six of Pentacles, 4, 5, 6. And we have the King of Pentacles. Mind you, the Queen is here. I don't know if I called her out early on, but the King and Queen of Pentacles are here. I feel like stability. This definitely could be financial, but excuse me. For some of you, I feel like this is relationship stability, a relationship with yourself, a relationship of spirit, a relationship of understanding that, what is actually happening for you. Because though these journeys are, ours, they are individual journeys, okay? Am I doing a video on the UFO? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Every time I talk about anything, got anything to do with stuff like that, my channel get to acting a fool. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I can't. There's certain things I just can't talk about. I don't know. Maybe I'll be tapping in too deep. I'm not sure, but I can't. That topic right there will get, girl, the way they acting, they will shut this channel down. You hear me? I feel like they already trying to. But I feel like peace, understanding that this journey, what I'm saying, comes with something. What? Isolation, being by yourself, not having those relationships where people are going to stick around, and not because there's anything wrong with you, but the job that you've been called to do is so great that it requires you to be by yourself. Now, sometimes when we dissect that, right? If you think about like a relationship, right? Let's say from a woman's perspective, because I'm a woman. A woman, a lot of times when we get into a relationship, what's the first thing we do? We want to nurture, right? We're naturally nurturers. We want to cook. We want to clean. We want to be up under our man. We want to do the laundry. We want to, stay home, rub his back, do all these things to nurture and let him know that you're there. But does that intrude on your knowledge? Does that intrude on the people outside of you that you need to encounter? Is it going to be a problem if you run into a guy who needs help from you for 6 months? Is your partner going to be jealous? Is your partner going to not like that? Are you going to have issues in your connection because you're trying to help someone? Because naturally you're a healer. So you attract broken people. So is this going to create a dynamic where you're not happy, right? So this is what we are starting to understand. We're saying, oh, okay, so this isn't a personal thing. This is a world thing. This is a waking of the world. This is what we got going on here. Okay. Sam, you funny. Tell me more, Big Mom. Sam funny. Okay, so we had a Six of Cups, right? So giving, um, Big Mama said, what's safe? Okay, so she's saying, the giving what's safe is giving what people can understand. There's some things, and I know my readings are deep, because people always tell me that. I hear that a lot, especially like my Black community readings and the readings about the psyche of different people. I get a lot of people that say, "Oh my God, Queen, your readings are so deep." 6, 7 months will go by, they'll come and tell me all the things that are happening, how things are lining up. Well, I also feel like I hold back sometimes. There are certain things that spirit not necessarily warns me, but cautions me to not necessarily reveal everything about it, right? I know it. I feel it. I understand it. But spirit will say, no, baby, don't say that. No, baby, don't give the whole understanding of what you know about this, right? And I don't think that I'm being too open, right? But spirit will say they aren't ready for this right now. Because like, okay, in this space, right? Um, People will say certain things. Oh, well, we want the truth. Give it all to me. I'm ready, right? But then you give it to them. And let's say you've picked up on something esoterically that they haven't run into and they're not supposed to be running into for the next 3 years. They're going to think you're crazy. They're going to be like, no, you're crazy, right? Then lo and behold, 3 years later, they're in your inbox, in your email, like, oh my God, 3 years ago, you told me this was going to happen and now it is, right? So I don't necessarily understand that when I'm doing, and I had to learn this through trial and error. When I'm doing personal readings for people, I'm laying it on the line. I'm like, hey girl, this and this and this. And they'll be like, oh, well, girl, and people be looking at me like, I don't know what you're talking. I don't know who you're talking. What do you mean someone's watching me at work? I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, I don't either, but I see it months later. Oh, girl, it was a dude watching me at my job. Let me tell you, he slipped me his phone number, said he'd been watching me for months. I don't know how you saw that. I don't know how I saw it either. But I'm telling you what I saw though. So I had to learn through trial and error to not necessarily kind of like serving a dish, right? When you serve a dish, you serve the three. You got the meat, you have the carb, and you have the veggie, right? Sometimes people aren't ready for the meat, right? Sometimes you just serve the carb and the veggie, or sometimes you just serve the meat and the veggie and you leave the carb out, or something of the sort, okay? So, not necessarily giving the full dish, you know? But that's how people think, though, Sam. That's how they think. It's unfortunate, but that's how they think. All right. So we had the Eight of Cups here. Definitely, I feel like some sorrow, having to walk away from relationships that don't really make sense. Kevin Gresham, I'm gonna need you to stop talking crazy. Okay. Don't tell me what you need. If you need the full dish, then you need to get a personal reading. Okay. Like, I'm gonna follow my discernment, not you. Okay. You don't. A lot of you don't know what you need. Shit, I'm being honest. A lot of us don't know what we need. Okay, because then you'll get it. You'll be like, oh my God, no, I wasn't ready. Please don't give it to me. Stop it. Okay. Okay, so we had a King of Wands and we have the Star, right? So a lot of us are coming into this energy where we are starting to understand things a little bit more, and a little bit more, right? So as we grow, as we get more comfortable on the spiritual journey, we're starting to accept things about us, accept things about the journey, accept things that make us different, accept the things that make us who we are, that make us, whatever people think we are, right? Like Eminem, I am whatever you say I am. I get people that call me all types of stuff. They be like, "Oh my God, you're an oracle. You're this. You're a guru. You're," and I'm like, "Okay." In my brain, I'm queen, right? But I can't tell people how to perceive me, right? If that's the way they perceive me, if they believe that I am someone who has helped them through something, or I am someone who has been there to supply an answer when they were lost. I can't tell them how to perceive me, right? But I'm always going to be in a very humble place in my heart, in my mind. I'm always going to be thinking, hey, you remember when you didn't know anything. Hey, you remember when you were confused. Hey, you remember when you were lonely and you were lonesome and where you were on the journey. Anytime I have a conversation with someone, I always try to put myself where they are. If someone says to me, Queen, I feel lost, I take myself to the place when I felt lost. What did I need to hear? What made me feel comfortable? What helped me, right? So learning to just take things in stride, even when they're difficult, even when things don't make sense, even when we aren't resting well, even when we're sad that we have to walk away from other connections that we thought, um, you know, were something that they aren't. And I don't want that to sound bad because I really feel like for some of you, this is like your parents and people you've been friends with for like a really, really long time, people you have longevity with. Yeah, with the high priestess. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. Um, you know, I really feel like from the outer perspective, other people are seeing you for who you are and you haven't even seen it yet, right? You're coming into this energy. You're coming to be this person. Like for me, for instance, my dad still sees me as his little girl. He doesn't look at me. Mind you, I'm 40 damn 2 years old, okay? The ex-husband, grown children, all that. And in his mind, he still needs to parent me. And I'm just like, dude, we're so past that. We're so past that. I don't need you checking every little thing that I do just because you don't understand it. My dad never ever ever understands who he never. It's almost like Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? That song just came into my mind. Like watching a child grow up, right? Watching a child become something great. Watching like Martin Luther King's mother. What was she thinking? You know, what was Nikola Tesla's mother thinking? Like, wow, my child is going to change the world. Or did they even know for that matter? But watching your child become this great individual, your friend, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your mother, watching them transform before your eyes. How do we perceive that? How do we receive it? Do we become judgmental? Do we become jealous? Do we accept it? Do we embrace it? Do we give them their due diligence? Do we? Especially if you watch them be a fool. Because listen, my daddy watched me be a smooth fool. Maybe that's probably why he can't accept it. Because he like, girl, you just foolish. That was a long time ago. But whatever, right? So here we have the Knight of Wands, right? So lots of information coming in really swiftly towards us with this High Priestess energy. Lots of things we don't necessarily understand yet, okay? But happening really fast, right? I'm getting pomegranate energy. Some of you guys maybe need to eat pomegranates, or you've been thinking about buying pomegranate juice. I'm getting. All right. So we have the Queen of Cups. From this, with the Knight of Wands, I'm getting a love. I don't want to call it hate, a love confusing energy. So like, yeah, I love me and I love this journey and I love what exactly is you know happening for me spiritually, but I don't really understand it, right? So that is what I'm getting. But loving ourselves more, learning to love ourselves more, learning to accept the journey for what it is, learning to accept that whoever the people are around us that are great, that they are just that, and being cool with it, right? With the Page of Pentacles, yeah, I'm getting that spirit is being very gentle in this season, very gentle with the knowledge that they're sending to us. So the information that's being downloaded to us is being eased in. Um, a ease. I'm getting a very calm, easy, like Sunday morning, like Lionel Richie said. Yeah, things we don't know coming in. Now let me make this clear, okay? All the information that's coming into us is not just the good stuff, right? And what does Queen mean by that? I'll tell you. Um, I make this up statement and I make this a point almost every reading because I think people tend to forget that for every positive, there's a negative. For every good that there is that exists, there's an opposite of that, right? For every strength, there's a weakness. For every failure, there's a triumph. For every light, there's a dark. So there's always an opposite for yin and yang, right? So receiving hidden knowledge, right? Things that we don't quite understand. You see the mask here on the people's faces. You see the dark tunnel or cave that they're getting ready to go in. But then look at this little thing here going on back here in the water. So getting an understanding of things that of the world, of ourselves, of our children, of our family, of who is right for us, but also seeing the side of that that is the opposite. You know, even with crystals, if you wear crystals and stuff, they have a positive and a negative. All of them. You can't even wear some of the same crystals with other crystals because it'll have a negative effect. You get what I'm saying? So understanding that part of it, like the spiritual journey is not just always good. It comes with stuff. And what did I tell you guys? The more enlightened that you become, the more knowledge that you receive, there's always this dark energy that is following behind you. There's nothing you can do about it. Every single person that was ever sent here into the world to do a great job, this came with it. Okay? Always. Right? But we have the Six of Wands. Let me tell you what this is giving me. Um, you remember in the Bible when Jesus was, the day before they crucified him, he came into the Calvary where they crucified him and everyone was praising him like, yes, there's Jesus, he's the man, right? And he had all these people cheering for him and he's the son of God and he's great and he's beautiful and this is somebody, right? And then literally the next day they were screaming, crucify him. This is the energy I'm getting from this. Okay. And I think that a lot of us need to start understanding things in that way. um like sometimes the isolation, getting yourself away from people is actually protection for you, right? Okay, I wanted to say something. Big Mama said don't say it. All right. So um understanding when it's time to opt out, understanding when it's time to walk away, understanding when relationships just aren't going to work, understanding when you need to remove your energy from certain situations for your own protection. All right. And we also have the Queen of Wands. All right. We had the King and the Knight came out also. All wands. Okay. Information, downloads. Okay. Coming in sharp, high level stuff, lower level stuff. But remembering that we have the King, the Queen, and the Knight. So this is information that it won't necessarily be comfortable for all of you to share with everyone. So I feel like for some of this information that's coming in, you're going to have to just talk to your damn cat. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be your only friend. You're going to have to sit here and talk to your meow and be like, look, let me tell you what Jesus and God and them been telling me, okay? I mean, whatever you believe. You know what I'm saying? But for some of you, this is going to be your only damn friend. You just going to have to talk to your animals, your dog, your cat, your rabbit, your bird, your fish. And that's going to be the only people you're going to be able to talk to about this because I don't feel like everybody really going to understand. I'm just saying. Okay? Shit. With the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, y'all going to be like, this is a very lonely journey. But you know what, baby? Who is that? Caramelly. Um, Talking to yourself is actually something that a lot of the prophets did in the biblical days as well. They called it reasoning with yourself. Um, And this is the reason why wisdom was such at a height that it was then. Like now, if somebody see you talking to yourself, they call the people on you to come put you in a straitjacket. Back then, when people were talking to themselves, like Elijah, for instance, King Solomon, people like that who reasoned with themselves, which is what they called it. Now they call it schizophrenia. So doing things that make you more knowledgeable or make you more wise is frowned upon now. But back then, it was very normal for people to walk around talking to themselves. It was a very common thing. And those people were actually dubbed as wise by said creator. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, with the Nine of Pentacles here, right? So we went from the 5 to the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a gigantic jump. Um, I'm going to say this, and whomever this resonates with, then this is your message. Because I don't necessarily feel like this is talking to each and every person that's going to come across this message. But I do feel like some of you are going from a very, I want to choose my words wisely because I don't want to offend anyone, but a very, uh, not so high, spiritual understanding, okay, to something really major. And I think it might scare the hell out of some of y'all. I really do. I think that this major jump in knowledge is going to creep some of y'all out because you're going to be like, okay, wait a minute. A couple of days ago, I was fine. Now I'm over here seeing stuff and hearing stuff and what is going on. But sometimes spirit has to come in and do things swiftly, right? Because we're all on a time, we're all on this clock, right? This spiritual clock that we're on, where we have to complete certain things before it's time for us to take flight and move on to another dimension, right? Because the energy does not die, okay? I don't care what you believe about death. The body does. Energy does not. It transcends, okay? So before it's time to throw the deuces up in this dimension that we're in and move on to the next, right? Which is where my big mama is bringing energy, and messages to me. We're on this clock. It's like, hey, you have to go ahead and complete whatever it is that you need to complete while you're here within this time frame because there's a limited time, right? So this is why I feel like there's this big jump in energy. There's this huge, gigantic jump in knowledge, a huge, gigantic jump in spiritual activity. Yeah, and some of y'all like, listen, okay, with the Four of Cups. Ain't nobody try. Look, spirit, don't be over here scaring me. Stop playing. But it's not about fear. Fear is a low vibrational energy. Anything that's happening with you. Now, I'm gonna tell you the thing that I think creeps people out a lot, but I think people should really try and get a better understanding. Thank you for the cash app, Melanie. But people really need to start getting an understanding of is like poltergeist. When you see those videos where like people walk out their house or they walk away from the kitchen and all the drawers are open and all the cabinets and all this and all that. All of that is positive and negative energy. King Solomon in particular was given authority over demons or what they referred to as demons or, whatever. And the powers that be, the Most High, whatever you guys refer to it as. I don't want to use any names because I don't want to offend anybody, but said King Solomon, I'm giving you authority over these said energies, which in whoever the Most High's eyes is, were not positive energies. Okay, so they were kind of frowned upon. And King Solomon said, okay, well, listen, I'll tell you what, y'all powerful, y'all strong, y'all got all this might, y'all gonna help me build this damn temple is what y'all gonna do. And they did it. So understanding that when we come into knowledge of self, there is a negative and a light part of us, and then there is a positive and a dark part of us. And sometimes your spiritual journey, when you start interacting with spiritual beings, it comes with both. So you'll get those energies that'll come in and be like, do 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 do, and you get those ones that come in and want to break shit. It comes with the territory, all right. But knowing how to control those energies is where we need to be. Instead of being afraid, oh, I'm gonna move out my house, girl. I can't go in there. It's ghosts walking around. It's like, no, learn to control your environment. They're the ones that's invisible, not you. You the one that got all the power in this dimension, right? So we figure it out, right? Tell me more, Big Mama. It's a dope message today. Yeah, okay. So we got the Four of Swords, and then we also have death, right? So, what I was just saying, thank you, Big Mama and Spirit, um, putting an end to low vibrational fear. Because I feel like, okay, so let me tell you what jumped out to me, right? So we have the death card here, right? We got all this trauma and death and stuff going on and physical death and oh my God, right? All this happening. But then look back here. You see those two towers with the sun shining bright? Yin and yang, yin and yang, right? This is what we have to understand, yin and yang, yin and yang. You see the dark, you see the light, right? Listen to that part. Don't pay attention to this. Don't pay attention to this. Look at the duality happening. Look at how it's chaos and confusion and death and endings and all of this stuff happening here. But look at where we're going. Look at where we're headed, right? And that's the way I think that a lot of us have to start seeing this thing, because it can be a very difficult thing to accept and a very difficult pill to swallow, spirituality in itself. But I'm gonna be honest with you, every single one of us was put here to elevate. Whether you know that you signed up for ascension or not, you did. And you didn't come here to be just somebody who's gonna do whatever they told you to do. You actually signed a contract with the higher ups and said, hey, put me here in this realm, in this dimension at this time, so I can elevate to be the best that I can be, so I can move on to the next level of whatever the next dimension is, or whatever the next powerful thing that I'm meant to experience. So, I mean, like it or not, you were put here to elevate. So that's what you're supposed to be doing. So that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, with the Three of Cups here. Yeah, I really don't feel like there's any way around it. Also, the Ace of Cups. All right. So, you know, fighting it, I don't recommend, because I did. Okay, and I lost everything. Okay, so I do. Oh, wow. Come on through, Spirit. Damn, that was nice. Hold on. Um, I don't recommend fighting it. I don't recommend trying to necessarily understand everything. Everything is not meant for you to sit back with a pencil and a paper and write everything down. And oh my God, I'm gonna make sense of it all. No, don't worry about that, because sometimes on your journey, it's not meant for you to understand what you're supposed to be doing. It's meant for generations to follow to understand. The Christ character said, look, I came, my father sent me, this is what he told me to say, here it is. They crucified his ass. But look at over 2,000 years later, how many lives that testimony has changed, how many people it makes sense to today. And it didn't make sense to him then, right? So we have to start thinking about ourselves in that energy. Start thinking about ourselves in a very loving way. Start thinking about ourselves in a manner to where we understand that this is not just about us all the time. It is, but not really. Okay, whose hand is that? Whose hand is that? Right? But yes, you are sent here to bring knowledge, right? That cross with that birthday. Look, child, listen, with that ankh on there, that it means a lot spiritually. Okay, don't get it twisted. All right, and also these horns too. All right, they all that stuff means something. Listen, don't let this card slip on you, okay? It's a lot happening in this card spiritually. Let me help you with something, okay? Good and bad. Good and bad, okay? But understanding that sometimes your testimony isn't for you. Sometimes your testimony is for somebody else. And who knows? It could be 1,000 years from now. Who the hell knows? Okay? So I know that's right. Y'all better get it. Shit. Look at that. We got the food at the bottom of the deck. Dope. I love it. I absolutely love this message. I do. Big Mama, anything else you want everybody to know? Anything else? Yes. Come on with it. Look, I cannot make this up, y'all. Generations to come. Did I not just say it? Go ahead and speak through me, Spirit. Okay? This is not just about you. It is not. For some of you, this is about your grandchildren and your great grandchildren and your great great great. You know, my big mama just said, some of y'all, your family will be talking about you for centuries to come. That is dope. Some of you are getting ready to do some things spiritually that is so great and beyond measure that your family will be talking about you thousands of years from now. That is very, very interesting information. Anything else, Big Mama? Girl, you doing too much today, girl. Let me tell you. Mm-mm. Look at that. Y'all don't even know it yet. Y'all don't even know who y'all is. What that little monkey said on the Lion King, you don't even know who you are. He pops him upside his head with that damn thing. Look, some of y'all don't even know who the hell y'all is, child. So I might give you all the information for why. With the King of Swords coming in sideways. Some of y'all have no idea that y'all family is going to be talking about y'all for centuries and centuries. Some of y'all don't even know. Y'all, okay, the Bible, right? Because the Bible is not just about the Bible. I hope y'all know that there's a lot of stuff that you can tap into with. Put it like this: there's a lot of ancient writings that you can read that will make the Bible make more sense if you was to read it. Okay, but let me say this, right? I feel like for some of you, you need to understand this, and I know everybody ain't gonna agree and everybody ain't gonna understand. When you read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, you notice, right, that there are certain things that happen in the book of Revelation and then it stops. Nothing else. But we know we don't stop because we've been around for millions and billions of years, right? So we know we don't stop. Who's writing the next books? Who are the next prophets? Who are the next Jesuses and Solomons and Abrahams and Moseses? Who are those people? Because we know history repeats itself. Do we not? We do. So I'm getting it's being written. Wow. Okay, Big Mama. I'm finna get off here. In the beginning. I can't do this no more. I don't know if y'all with me. I don't know if y'all feel me. I don't know if y'all with me, but Spirit told me to say that for a reason. This is supposed to represent Adam and Eve in the garden. And like, bro, listen, I can't. I can't do this. I am done with this message. Do you hear me? Whoo. Wow. Wowza. Okay, all right. Yeah, Whoa, Big Mama, you trying to get me in trouble, girl? I'm about to get y'all some advice. I'm finna get up off of here, okay? Because I knew they finna mess with this message. They finna be like, I know she did. I know she did. All right, I'm gonna pull from my Archangel Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. I have quite a few decks by her, but get my light. It's just messages from different archangels and stuff. I don't know who all of them are. You know, I know the big dogs like Michael and them, and Gabriel. Gabriel, let me tell you, Gabriel, with these messages, I think Gabriel is the messenger angel. Let me tell you something. Me and Gabriel about to have a problem. Gabriel don't quit messing with me, honey. I'm over here like, I'm trying to go to sleep. Like, stop playing. We love you too, Carmelli. Yeah, Elevated Ashera. Yeah, you should go and watch some of my older videos. Where, yeah, that kind of came up a time or two. So yeah, we not gonna talk about it though, girl, because every time we get deep, they start acting up. So we ain't gonna. Do I have my own deck? No, I've been thinking about working on one though. But let me tell you, girl, this editing and these downloads and trying to keep up with this Patreon and all this other stuff, girl, I don't know, honey. I just don't know. I really want to create a deck, but I might have to hire somebody or something. I want to create one though, but I'm scared. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really scared. I'm afraid that the messages might be a little too strange. Because I'll be like, I don't know what I be doing sometime. It be taking y'all to have to tell me, like, girl, you don't even understand. Y'all be in my emails. I be reading them. I be like, really? Like, I don't know. I'm scared a little bit, though. I'm scared, girl. Mess around and put something on one of them cards I ain't meant for nobody to know, child. 2, 4, 6. Give me 2 more. Big mom. One more. I like the way that card flipped out. Okay. All right. My son in the bathroom singing. Okay, so we have moon cycles. Archangel Haniel says, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. It's light, man. We have nurture. Archangel Gabriel, that I was just fussing at. Okay. It says, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. A lot of angelic protection it look like going on. Okay. Beautiful energy. Yeah, all of them got wings. We have patience. Archangel Jophiel says your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. All is well. Archangel Jeremiah says everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to. With hitting blessings, you will soon understand. We talked about this. Y'all thumbs up the video real quick before we bounce. I got like 4 more to read. Thumbs up, please. I ain't even got 100 of y'all on thumbs up the video. It's like, come on, y'all, stop playing. Please thumbs up the video. Because I swear YouTube think y'all don't like me. um, Next, we have chakra clearing. Archangel Metatron says, oh, hey, Gavin. Says, Archangel Metatron says, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Ain't Metatron one of the Transformers in that movie? I think Metatron is a Transformer, ain't it? Why that sound familiar? I don't know why that ain't never hit me before, because I don't read that card. Metatron. It is 99? Okay, yeah, I thought. Because I just heard Transformers, robots in the sky. Megatron. Okay, this is Metatron. Same thing, right? You see it? It's with a T. It's Megatron. Okay. My husband said it's Megatron. Same thing, Kevin. What else? Okay. You said the angel the angel don't play. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look up Metatron. I ain't never looked them up. All right, we have gentleness. Archangel Sandalphon says, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, gentle situations, and gentle environments. Okay? So, yes, y'all, some of y'all gonna have to get away from some of these folks, child, but they make you snap, crackle, and pop. 'Cause let me tell you, before I went on my spiritual journey, child, you talking about a fighting little something. I was like a little Tasmanian devil. I ain't lying, child. I was just running around just fighting, punching folks all in the mouth and stuff. And I was like, why am I so mad? Jesus. It was something wrong with me, girl. All right, we have crystal clear intentions. Archangel Michael says, be clear about what you desire. I'm going to say that again. Be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. Be clear. Okay, that is very important to be very clear what you desire, because people don't understand. If you're focusing on the negative things that are happening in your life, you are manifesting them. Be clear about what you desire, not the bull crap that's going on in your world. Not your boss pissing you off at work. Not your baby getting smart with you. Not your relationship issues. Be clear about what you desire, and then you need to focus upon it with unwavering faith. That means all day, every day. When you mad, when you sad, when you happy, when you hungry, when you sleepy, when you angry. All the damn time. unwavering faith. Okay? And finally, we have healthy lifestyle. Archangel Raphael says eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. Okay, so some of us need to change up some diets and some eating habits and stuff. I will definitely say ah. At the bottom of the deck, we have clairvoyance. Archangel Raziel says, I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. Girl, listen, ain't no loving like the love I got. Okay. Yeah, well, that's it, you guys. I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta go and do some stuff on Patreon for my Patreons. I've been I've been kind of hesitant a little bit to go on Patreon because of all of these downloads, and I sometimes feel like I can be a little more free on Patreon, even though I can't really, but I still do. So I'm gonna go on there and talk a little bit about this stuff that's been going on with me and do a reading for them and stuff. I love y'all, all my Patreons and stuff. I appreciate y'all. Y'all so supportive and y'all love me so much. Y'all just be let me grow and stuff spiritually. Y'all no judgment, and I really appreciate all of that because y'all been with me. And, some of y'all when I had like 100 subscribers. So I really just want to say that I appreciate you guys, and I know I've come a long way, and I still got a long way to go. I know some of y'all be like, this girl need to grow the hell up, and I'm working on it, y'all. I'm not perfect. And I had my moments, and I'm going to have my moments. I'm still going to, have areas where I need a little bit more maturity spiritually. I'm not perfect. I am human. I do make mistakes, but I just thank y'all for not judging me and having my back and supporting me through all my shit. I really do. I appreciate it so much because I feel like I've grown tremendously. And I appreciate when y'all come to me and tell me that you've watched me grow and you love, what you see now and you with me. I appreciate that. So, I love y'all. I'm going to be back on Patreon a little bit later. Also, I may either today or tomorrow, I'm going to do a reading on the Passport Bros. I may do it this evening. I don't want to promise you guys anything, but I do want to do a reading on the Passport Bros because it has been highly requested. Okay, several many times. But I'll be back as soon as humanly possible. All right. I love you guys. You guys have a wonderful, excellent, fantastic day. Later.